Hello Virgo, Ashley here. We're going to do your reading for the end of April 2022, specifically looking at the new moon Taurus eclipse. So, alright. I like this. I feel like you're kind of coming out of being, kind of being in a bigger picture view, maybe a little bit aloof or distant here. And we're moving into a lot of self-care and self-love as part of this eclipse. So we're looking at what we're releasing, what we're leaving behind, and what's coming in. And the overall theme here, we have the wolf moon, and its theme is hunger. So there's definitely something that, and I actually feel like it's almost like you're feeding yourself here. It's like you're taking care of you. So I like that, of course. We are going to, this is just a snapshot, so we're going to get some high-level themes. Be sure to check your other placements for any other messages you might be interested in receiving. But I've found that these are not going super deep. Of course, the events that happen around the eclipse are going to be different for everyone. But overall, the themes are coming through, right? Be sure to like this video, subscribe, share it with another Virgo if you think that might be helpful. And let's get started. We're going to pull some tarot and then clarify. Get as many details as we can. We have the Death card, so there's definitely been some endings here that you've probably pulled yourself away from. I want to say you've actively had to decide to remove yourself from certain situations. We have the Knight of Swords and we have the Devil. Your higher self here, it's called the Beyond card. It's one of the oracle cards in this tarot deck. Six of Pentacles, Nine of Cups. King of Cups could be dealing with a water sign, specifically a Scorpio, because that's showing up here strongly. Doesn't have to be. Ace of Swords, ooh, and the Magician. I love it. I love the, so far, I've done the Taurus reading and now yours, and there's a strong manifestation energy associated so far with the earth signs around this eclipse. It looks to me like you're kind of healing the parts of yourself that maybe you've rejected in the past. There's shadow work coming in here. There's, celebrating the every aspect of yourself. I do feel like you have a very determined energy here, a lot of passion showing up. And I do feel like you're kind of demanding your dues here. So requiring balance when it comes to work or relationships or anything. Like if you're putting in the work, you want to be paid back in equal measure in some way. And I do feel like you're communicating that. Like you're at this point, I feel like really desiring and being called to something that really honors you. And what you bring to the table. And so I don't feel like you're going to mess with anyone or anything moving forward that is not in vibration with you, right? Strong intuition showing up here with the higher self and the King of Cups here. You've already been intuiting certain things coming to an end, needing to kind of pull yourself away from those things. You may have even found that you subconsciously started to remove yourself from situations or people where you just on some deep level recognized that that was eventually going to have to go, right? So these could be friendships, this could be relationships like lovers, this could be, spending less time with certain family members because they're just toxic, whatever it is. And it doesn't have to mean that you've completely cut these individuals out of your life, but you've probably been more careful about how much time you spend with them, or, you know, what gets discussed in conversations with these people. It's kind of like you're saving the core part of yourself for those who are going to honor that core part of yourself. And so I do feel like there's definitely some situations that have come to an end that you've pulled away from or have just been removed from your life without your say-so, right? And you've kind of been just seeing this from an observer standpoint almost. It's like a very unattached perspective. And now you know that what you're valuing moving forward is going to be of a higher caliber, right? And it's because you're taking care of you. You want to chase your dreams. You want to create the life that you want to see. And you want to do it in a way where you're your number one fan. And if anybody else isn't a fan of you, well, they can just move along, right? I like that. 7 of Wands, yep, there's a lot of conviction, a lot of perseverance here. You're standing up for yourself. Knight of Pentacles, 8 of Pentacles. This could be in the workplace. There's a certain level of mastery that you're kind of embarking on here. I could definitely see that finances are going to improve. With the 6 of Pentacles being your center card here, if we're talking about career for you, you're going to demand your worth. You're not going to go in and put in 50 hours a week and accept, you know, less than on your paycheck, right? I do feel like there's been a lot of things that you've put a lot of time and effort into and you've just felt stuck. I do feel like that's because you've been in this kind of limbo here, which is showing up for a lot of people, right? Right as these new eclipses start to come in, we are kind of still in limbo from the last eclipses that changed our lives, right? So as this new moon eclipse happens in Taurus, things are going to start to move and new things will show up that are destined for you to experience in the Taurus areas of your chart. So let's dive in further. We're going to look at what's being released here. So things that you've been kind of involved in that are going to kind of just fade away into the background or go away completely. This would be like the Scorpio area of your chart because that's where the South Node is sitting at the time of this eclipse. And we do have Scorpio showing up here strongly. So we're getting rid of things like unbalanced attachments to others. We're saving that deeper, intimate part of ourselves for those that are worthy. There could even be like you've paid off debts or you're going to pay off debts. It's like you're completely detaching in all kinds of ways from certain situations. With the Death card, we have Temperance and the 7 of Cups. We're definitely getting out of confusion here. It feels like at some point you were in this energy of just kind of waiting to see what happens rather than taking necessarily an active role yourself. I feel like that's changing. So if you were kind of in this observer mode, watching things come to an end, trying to heal from as much of that as you possibly could, it could be that you've been waiting in limbo for things to finally start up somewhere else. I also feel like you've gained a lot of insight here. So where there was confusion, where there was toxicity, where there were people in your life that were purposely creating confusion and manipulation, you're seeing right through it, right? With the Soul card, we have the 7 of Pentacles. And so there's that evaluation of where we're putting our energy. And the Ace of Pentacles. So I do feel like on an intuitive level, while you've been waiting for this new thing to show up, your intuition has been saying, it's coming, it's coming, it's coming. So I do feel like the wait is ending. So that's the positive takeaway here for sure. the King of Cups. We have the Nine of Wands. Yep, you've just been, it's like you've been asked to just keep hanging in there, keep moving forward. Six of Swords. It's gonna happen, it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen. Things are gonna get better, things are gonna get easier. You'll have your new start, and you've really had to hang in there and really trust your intuition, because it could be that for many of you, the physical evidence of the new showing up was lacking big time, right? So it was just like you were going on faith here. Faith and determination, and that's it. And again, that's been a pretty common theme with this sort of limbo-like space that a lot of the signs have been in. Let's look at what's coming in. So we have this self-love card. It's in the reverse, so this is going to be something you're working towards more in the coming months. Really putting yourself first and releasing yourself from... I actually feel like you've released quite a few things from the past, but what I feel like is changing here specifically is you're stepping into a more emotionally independent energy. Now that I'm seeing here the Devil and the Nine of Cups together, it's like perhaps you've been in situations or codependent relationships in the past. That is not happening any longer. And I actually feel like if you find yourself stepping into that role, you're going to be like, whoa, I recognize this, we're not doing that. And you remove yourself before you kind of dive headfirst into karma with that person or that situation. Because, I mean, we can even be codependent at work, right? Where we give and we give and we give and we give and we give, and then we get paid the same as we've been paid for the last 4 years or something. You know, like, we can kind of overperform to please and to impress, and it's not actually doing us any good. We're just wearing ourselves out. So you're going to catch yourself on those things, and I feel like you're going to start manifesting from a place where you are emotionally good all by yourself. You don't need somebody else to come in and pat you on the back, even though that's nice, of course, but you're not relying on that anymore. You're not relying on others or sort of things outside of yourself to encourage you, to make you feel good. You're going to be satisfied just by being you. So I like this. Let's see, with the Devil, yeah, we're cutting that out real fast with the Ace of Swords. And the Seven of Wands. So that thing that you've been really standing up against, is you're just taking it down, man. It's getting cut out. You're not going to tolerate any kind of toxic anything. So I really like this very powerful energy. You're not going to allow yourself to be exposed to those that just don't deserve you, right? Period. With the Nine of Cups, we have the Magician again. So tons of manifestation power here. And the Hierophant. For some of you, you're hoping for a higher connection, like a sacred partnership versus like, you know, maybe some karmic partnerships that you've experienced in the past. You're hoping for the next level because you've done the growth, you've done the work, you've put in the time, you have waited and waited and waited and waited. So for some of you, a sacred partnership could be showing up here. Something of another level entirely. This is more like one of those 3D/5D relationships, not necessarily just we're playing out karma together and trying to wake one another up. You've already had the awakening, you've done the healing, and now what you're really craving is a partnership that is equal to what you're willing to put in, right? So that could be showing up here. I also feel like for some of you, you're definitely creating and manifesting from a place of wanting to perform a higher service for the collective here. So it could be that some of those manifestations start to show up where you're in a position where you're kind of teaching others based on what you've learned and what you've had to go through. With the Magician, we have the Eight of Pentacles. Yeah, we're doing a lot of, what's the word I'm looking for here? You're working on your purpose here. And again, we're not going to do, some of you are quitting old positions and moving into a more of a mastery position elsewhere, right? Whether that's you working for yourself and kind of putting that special thing that only you can provide, you're bringing that to the collective here. So there's a lot of purpose work showing up, so I like that. And again, I mean, even some of you might find that you're really focusing on just really improving your own manifestation abilities. So that could be something that you're really working towards as well. And I feel like one thing I want to mention here is, like, as you get into these higher level relationships or higher level service to the collective here, and you've cut out that toxic crap from the past, it's actually kind of serving twofold here. You can see this Hierophant is often a teacher, right? But then we've got these two folks down here kind of learning from the Hierophant. It's like you're learning and teaching at the same time. And so as you kind of provide for others in a higher way, you're also learning from that experience how to better love yourself and honor yourself. So you're only going to keep getting better and better and better at this. So I love that. Let me gather my cards up here and we'll look at this main theme here under this Hunger Moon. I just feel like, I love it because I feel like you're just absolutely demanding what you're worth here. So I like that. And it's like you're definitely putting the vibes out there for your soul tribe to show up here. I just saw the King of Cups and the Four of Wands. So some of you are definitely just really deeply on a soul level craving that higher level relationship, that sacred partnership that is very conscious, and you know, you want to get together with someone and grow together. Let's look at this Knight of Swords. So this is communication coming in. This could be you communicating. Let's see. Knight of Pentacles. There's definitely offers showing up here. Oh my. And the Lovers, yeah. So I do feel like if you haven't yet met your sacred partner, they're coming in. There's going to be commitment here. There's going to be truth, right? It could move quickly as well. We'll see with the Six of Pentacles. We have the Strength card. I do feel like this is kind of you and the Queen of Pentacles. You're going to be careful about how you throw your resources out there, how much you give to something. And at first, when we've gone from being in a codependent, over-giving kind of relationship, and we're cutting that out and moving into a sacred partnership, we have to kind of tame our beast a little bit here, because you know, our initial instinct is to just give it everything we've got, right? It's kind of like, this feels to me like you kind of holding yourself back a little bit. Like, just calm down. We don't have to go crazy here. They can meet us in the middle. And so I do see you still working through some of those urges here. With the Ace of Swords, we have the Nine of Cups. So yes, this breakthrough you've been hoping for is coming. It's coming in. I'm excited for you. And the Page of Swords, yep. I actually feel like this person may have had their eye on you for a bit, trying to figure you out. That's just for some of you. Could certainly be a Capricorn, a Leo. We have Gemini, Taurus, Gemini again. So you could even be meeting another Virgo here as well. But I like it. I like it. That thing, that true deep connection you've been craving, that's coming in here. So I like it. I hope that was helpful, Virgo. Looks like it's going to be a pretty pleasant eclipse for you. I will see you in the next one. Bye.